We just completed a 1.7 mile road walk. Today we're going to be doing the Garfield Galehead loop with an overnight at the Galehead Hut. So I parked down at the Gale River Trail head this morning, so my truck will be where I finish tomorrow morning, so I can just get out of there, especially if it does give us a little bit of rain like it's forecasting. I'm sure I'd be glad I did that road walk this morning. So let's take a look. All right, so here we are. We're going to be taking the Garfield Trail up to Mount Garfield, across and down Garfield Ridge to the Galehead Hut. We'll drop our stuff and then tag Galehead, and then tomorrow right down and out right here. So it looks like beautiful weather today, so I'm excited to get going. All right, here we go. .8 miles to Garfield Ridge and another 0.2 to Garfield. Up, up and away. Looks like we'll be seeing blue blazes on this trail till we hit Garfield Ridge, and I'll switch over to white blazes for the AT. Still very early on in the trail. Haven't even crossed the first mile yet here, but just wanted to show you that this trail is pretty pleasant. There's no rocks to speak of yet. It's relatively flat. I've heard that this trail, for the most part, until the very end, is pretty mellow. It's a gentle trail up, probably because of its length. It's 5 miles to the summit, so we'll see if it takes it easy on us. All right, it sounds as if we're coming up on our first water crossing. I believe there's 3. Oh, this is nice, huh? Wow. All right, let's do it. Excellent. First crossing conquered. A little deceptive crossing there for a minute. I had to cross the brook again. The blaze was on the other side of this brook, but they did need you to cross again. But no complaints here. This is beautiful. So we get a couple quick short crossings. I love that sound of the brook coming down. Couple of quick little crossings. How nice is this? We're about a mile in now, and one of the things I didn't say at the beginning of the video, which I always like other people to say at the beginning of their videos, is the date. So today is June 13th. We're still kind of in black fly season, but so far I haven't had any problems this morning. I know as the day goes on, to get to the afternoon, that's probably going to change. But we're just going to take our time, make our way up. We've got all day. Alright, so we'll be coming up against some, up into some switchbacks pretty soon here on the trail, which is a rare sight here in the White Mountains. They don't like switchbacks, they like to go straight up. But I think we have about 7 or 8 switchbacks before we hit the Garfield Ridge Trail. And then we're also, to our right, going to be passing an area that was the site of a wildfire back in the early 1900s. Wiped out a patch of trees, and I'm told a good stand of birch came up in its place. So it'll be interesting to see, take a look at that when we get there. We're probably about 1.5 miles from the summit of Garfield. Famed Table Rock. A lot of people stop here for a break. I can see why. This must be Burnt Brook, named after that wildfire. See the trail changing a little bit, more rocky, almost like rocky stairs here, but we're used to that in these mountains. I'm thinking we may be seeing a section of Burnt Brook here. See the birch down there. The forest was a lot thinner. Some of these birch are big, so I can see they have been growing for 100, 125 years. All right, we're approaching switchback number 1, finally. So from this point, we're about 1.5, 2 miles to Garfield, about 1250 elevation gain left. Making great time. It is still early. It is only, let me check it is only 8:23, so we're making great time so far. All right, I just made it past the switchbacks, and trail has remained very gentle. Made a lot of elevation, but it really doesn't seem like it. This trail has been very nice to me. So a little less than 1 mile from the summit, and maybe 700 feet of elevation to go. So we're going to get a big push, I think, right at the very end. That's okay. Gonna make me earn it. I was talking with a woman who just came from the summit, and she tried to do like a sunrise hike, and she caught a little storm up there, a real quick one. Rained on her, wind, and as quickly as it came in, it was gone. So we're trending toward clearing now, so I'm hoping to get some nice views when I get to the top. Here we go, we're approaching the Garfield Ridge Trail. All right, Garfield Ridge 0.2, Galehead Hut 2.9, and Mount Lafayette 3.7 to the right. We're going to go 0.2, I believe, to the right to hit Garfield. Let's get her done. Oh baby, here we are. Oh, little view here. Go hit the summit. Owl's Head. Freconia Ridge is in the clouds today. Looks like it's blowing out. There's a wilderness. Alright. Go tag that summit. The old fire tower, top of Galehead Summit. Good windbreak if you needed it. Wind's died down a bit. Clouds are moving out. See, the clouds are moving around the mountain. And we're going to be heading down this ridge. We can see it. Galehead. Twins are just beyond that.
There's a habituated bird that landed on the edge of the fall and just fell off. It was like looking at us for a second and then
Alright, getting ready to leave Mount Garfield. Currently in the clouds. Mount Garfield makes 37 of the 48 for me. Now we're going to hop down on Garfield Ridge Trail, make our way over to Galehead Hut and Galehead. Alright. Well, I will say Mount Garfield was as advertised. Longer trail, but you really don't know, you don't really work to go up until the very end, and then that's just very short. So that was nice. I just wish I had a little bit better views, but this mountain will be here and I can always come back. Very excited to hit the trail over to Galehead. Read a lot about this this trail and watched some videos, and here we are. 2.9 to go. Hey, this is a rough section of trail, but as long as we take our time, we got all day. Now, from what I heard here, we're supposed to lose a lot of elevation really quick. And that's what makes this trail a little more challenging. We're at Garfield Spring. I didn't need water, but I wanted to check it out. And up that way is Garfield Ridge campsite. So a lot of people doing the PEMI or the AT will stay here, or even if they just want an overnight doing Garfield or Garfield Galehead. We're still 2.7. It's slow going on the on this trail, but we don't need to be in any rush. So I love that sound of water. Does something. I don't know. So if you wanted to stay at the Garfield Ridge, I believe it's $15 to stay. Pay the caretaker, and I've stayed at an AMC campsite before, Geo, and it was a great experience. All right, back on the trail. All right, you hear that? There's a section of this trail that I'm told basically turns into a waterfall that you're hiking down. So I think we found it. I think this is probably going to be the most technical slash sketchy section of this this part to the hut, but let's have a look at what we got here. Yes, in fact, this is the trail going down. This is definitely a section of trail to take your time on, because as you can see, this goes straight down and it's wet. I foresee me doing a little bit of crab walking here. Keep my eye on the prize. Just keep scanning for a good place to step. It's not going to send me for a ride. This is definitely one section of trail that has no shortage of water if you get low. A lot of second guessing going on here. Just making sure I'm going in a way that's going to get me safe. And then I got these views to distract me, which is nuts. And I think that's the hut right there. And Galehead. South Twin right straight ahead of me there. Past it. And it looks like our waterfall trail is, the water's going somewhere else now for a minute at least. So it's drying out. Just continue down. All right, most part I got down that descent off of Garfield. Might have 100 more feet to go, if that, maybe not even. The trail's definitely mellowed out a little bit. Make it a little bit easier. And from what I hear, everything's clearing up at Galehead. So, all right, coming up to a trail sign. I believe this is the intersection with Franconia Brook. Head down to the Pemigewasset Wilderness. 13 Falls and the Wilderness Trail. That away. That's a trail for another day. Let's see what we got going here. Galehead Hut 2.2. All right. Approaching East Peak of Garfield on Garfield Ridge. Getting closer, just taking it slow at this point. Got a little ladder I'm gonna use. Oh yeah, look at this. And there's the hut. South Twin and Galehead. Wow. Hey.
Hello.
New signs?
New post.
New post.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for.
How's your hike?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
That's awesome.
It's great. Just take it nice and easy. I'm staying at the hut tonight, so
Oh, good.
just taking my time.
Yeah. Hopefully they cook you up something good.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They always do.
Yeah.
Thanks. Enjoy your day. That was a crossing for the Gale River Trail. New post. They're working hard. As you can see, we're within a quarter mile of Galehead Hut. So, we're there, baby. All right. Let's get that and tag Galehead while the weather's good. All right, here we are. Galehead Hut this way. And South Twin that way. Well, we're not doing South Twin today. We're going up to the hut. Oh. And there she is. Home for tonight.
Expecting you to be my friend, but
Yeah, no.
going slow.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be much faster.
No, we got. Alright. Alright, South Twin. Beautiful. And then there's Galehead. Right there. Standing on the helicopter pad. Beautiful. Take a couple pictures and we'll head inside.
Hello.
Hey. Galehead Hut.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably take it.
Library and games.
I prefer the pumpkin curry if you've got that.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'll just ask. That's your yeah,
Inside.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna put you in grade J. So it's
Perfect.
just down the hall to the right. Have you stayed in the huts before?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Just to recap, dinner's at 6. Feel free to take drinks and things up there.
Yep.
Bathrooms down the hall. It's like a family style meal. We'll wake you up at 6:30 for breakfast, or 6:30 and breakfast is at 7. Yeah, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know.
Sounds great.
Great.
Thank you very much. Perfect. All right. I'll set up my bed for the night and gonna go get our mountain. Go get our last mountain for the day. All right. Galehead Mountain, half a mile. Which is super interesting considering the last sign said it was 0.4 miles. All right. Twin Brook, 13 Falls. 2.6. And then we are going on to Frost Trail, Galehead Mountain. Coming up on the outlook for Galehead. This is the only view on the trail, I'm told. The outlook for Galehead. Look how beautiful this is. And the hut. Alright, continuing up the Frost Trail. And I can't really say up that much. It's really not a lot of elevation here. Get to the summit. I'm meeting some awesome people on the trail today, so I'm getting slowed down a little by talking, but I don't have to be back anywhere except the hut later, so I can take all the time I want. Ooh, look at this. Galehead. Number 38. 10 more to go. And again, wooded summit. Not a lot to see. All right, back to the hut. Good morning, getting ready to leave Galehead Hut and hike out. It's a brisk morning, a little wet in the trail. It may rain a little bit with some scattered showers, but we're gonna make our way out and look, snowshoe hare. So cool, huh? All right, at the signpost. So, Gale River Trail, 0.6. All right, we're approaching the junction to the Gale River Trail. 0.4 down. All right, gonna do a costume change. I gotta shed a layer. It's very humid today. All right, 4 miles to the car. All right, beginning the Gale River Trail. I told not too far into this, it's going to get pretty steep and rocky. Then when you get to the last couple miles, it really mellows out and becomes pleasant trail out. So we'll take what it is right here for what it is now, and then we'll see what happens up ahead. All right, 4 miles to the car. All right, still making my way down Gale River. Actually, I'm pretty early into it. The trail has been as expected. I haven't seen any treacherously steep parts, just some sections that are typical of descending any of these white mountains, 4,000 footers. So I'm wondering if that's still up ahead. It might be. As you can see, the trail's just wet and pleasant. Feel a lot better now that I took my outer layer off. I just got my sun shirt on, soak up the sweat. But it's a nice hike out. And take our time and get to the bottom. I'm going to be giving a little shuttle ride to two groups of hikers that they're not completing the loop they had planned due to weather and equipment malfunctions and whatnot. So I'm going to be meeting them at the trailhead. I got one group of them in front of me, one group behind me. So, yeah, enjoying the day out. So, I had it in my head that it was going to be a horrible hike out, but that was just from other hiker stories of coming up this particular trail. So far, nothing to worry about. Hey, so Gale River Trail has mellowed out quite a bit. You can see even a lot of the rocks kind of giving way, and you actually got pretty clear footing. You can hear the river in the distance, which is a nice sound. It's a pleasant trail. Back up, we're at the trailhead. Me too. Two members of the hut crew, where I stayed at Galehead last night, are hiking out trash, and then they'll be coming back with perishable foods. I'm sure there'll be more people coming down with boards soon. Well, shortly after the hut crew passed, starting to get our first glimpses of the Gale River. I think I'm going to get a nice little peek at it here. Come around here for a better shot. And there it goes. Beautiful. Look at that. I love that. Let's get a little closer. You know what? What the heck? Let's climb down. Sure, we'll be crossing it, but I love these New Hampshire rivers and streams. So nice. All right, coming up to, we're off into the river again. I'm gonna be walking right by this. This is nice to be crossing here. Hello. Enjoy your hike? Thanks. Look at this. Beautiful. Bridge to a crossing, get the river there. You see the trail is just, except for this little dip, whatever, it's easy as can be. And a little runoff coming down to the river. Snap a couple pictures and we'll keep going. Yeah, Garfield and Galehead, I think individually, really achievable days, your day hikes without stressing you out too much. Garfield Ridge Trail cutting across, if you're trying to do both in a single day, that's challenging. But other than that, especially if you take them one at a time, these trails are amazing. And I hope I get a chance to share some of them with some members of my family. So many cool features of this trail that I'll be taking videos, it looks like, a lot more often than I had been. But awesome. All the way back down here to the river. Across. Very, very scenic trail and low challenge so far, except for that some rocks towards the top, but that's about it. And nothing really terribly technical, just gotta take a minute to find out where your foot placement is and you're fine. Yeah, someone might have had a bad day here. Hopefully that fell in without someone crossing it. But another beautiful bridge. Again, super slippery. Take your time. Enjoy the views. Snap a couple pictures. Oh, it's alright. Get out of your way here.
Sorry about that.
Already calculating my photographs.
Oh,
you
nice.
know? You too, enjoy. Alright, kind of reunited with all the people that I'm going to be shuttling. We've all kind of done semi-pemis. And trail has gotten pretty mellow, but now we're down closer to lower elevations. It's got some wonderful, wonderful earthy smells now, like mulch. It smells nice. Songbirds were singing. I'm hoping they sing again for us. Songbird to my right. And then occasionally I hear the crows to my left. There's the river up ahead. Looks like we got a crossing. Beautiful Gale River. I wanted to show you this beautiful lady slipper. All sorts of flowers here on the trail, but lady slippers are rare. Maybe not as rare up here as they are back home, but it's cool seeing them. As you can see, the trail's still very mellow. A little squishy from the water, but no, you're not sinking in it. Just very very chill. All right, starting to get glimpses of the parking lot and sounds. We are close. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
You made it.
That stream is so beautiful.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Finish up my video. All right, we made it back. Garfield Ridge Trail.
There she is.
And there's the truck, it's still there. Victory. Well, we did it. We did Garfield Ridge, Galehead, a hut stay, and down. It was a tremendous hike. I highly recommend it. And we got a beautiful day. So thank you for watching.